Spark Incentive. We'll check that out later. But I went to buy that new house, or not new, but new to me house. Raised the storm cellar. Man, that thing is heavy. And I kind of lost my balance and boom, I hit the ground. The door didn't hit me, but man, the grass is dried and it was kind of those sticky weeds. And looked like I had road rash. Felt like I had road rash. It doesn't look bad. But anyway, how are y'all doing? Hello, Pork Chop. How are you? Hope everybody is doing great out there. I had an email yesterday. We're going to jump right on over to that and cover that, and then we can get on with the show. Present, share screen. I think that's it. Should be it. There we go. Who moves that? There. I had that covering up my window over here. So on one of your next batch deliveries, you may be asked to scan a few items at the drop-off location. This helps confirm the order is being delivered to the right customer. Here's how it works. A list of items will be shown for the customer's order. You may be asked to scan up to 3 items. Produce items can be skipped. If you run into any issues with scanning, you will have an option to manually enter the barcode number. After successfully scanning the items, you'll be able to complete the rest of your delivery. Thanks, Spark Driver Team. Have y'all gotten this? Those who do Spark. I don't know what. I can't remember if you do Spark or not, Alex. I know you do DoorDash. Anyway, that is a new one. I don't know how that is going to work, really. And batched, I don't know if they're talking about like a .com order, because you've always had to scan the .com order. So I'm thinking it's probably like a curbside order, which hopefully the items scan when you get to the drop-off location. If not, you're going to be in a 9-line bind. So did y'all get that email? I think that's stupid. The responsibility lies on the pickers, not the driver. Absolutely 100% true. Unfortunately, some of the pickers lay half-gallon milks on their sides. Yeah, happened to me the other day, and had to ask the young gentleman to go get some more sacks. Usually I have a bunch of sacks in the car, but I've had to sack up a lot of stuff because the pickers will throw a box of cereal or a bag of chips or something. They'll just throw it in the tote, and they don't bag it. And customers want their bags. I've had one customer, all these times I've been doing this, complain that they put all the 2 liters in bags. Everybody else complains that they don't get the bags. I have a feeling a lot of people are like me and probably use them for trash bags. But, and we use bags for other things. I carried home some water earlier in a Walmart bag. Anyway, then you have to dig through all the bags to find the items they're asking you to scan. That's what I'm wondering. You may add, I don't know. I wonder if it's going to be just 3 random items or if they're going to, oh, that would be, oh, Lordy, I hope not. I hope you don't have to go through and find one particular. Could you imagine going through and finding one packet of Kool-Aid or one of those little drink mixes? Oh, I hope not. I have not had the opportunity to take an order in the last, what is today, Thursday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days. And I got this email, I believe it was yesterday. If it wasn't yesterday, it was late Tuesday. No, it was yesterday, I believe. I believe. That or it was late Tuesday evening. I really don't remember. I have slept since then. So I don't know. Anyhow, that is the new thing. And this could be new to my area And it may have already been going on up north because it seems like a lot of things trickle down south. Hey, 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 it's Giggity in for the day. How are you doing, sir? Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. What's the news? The news, okay, you missed it. Spark orders, and you do Spark, so you might be able to elaborate on this because I haven't done Spark in 3 days. So I don't know. They paying more? Yeah, we all got raises. Didn't you get a raise? You know, we used to start a lot of crap at our regular jobs. I got a raise. How about you? Yeah, I got one. And then somebody sitting over in the corner. I didn't get no raise. We didn't get a raise either. We just messing with them. Anyhow, apparently now Spark is going to have you scan 3 items. Now that Pork Chop brought that up, my question is it going to be 3 random items or are they going to pick out or tell you what 3 items scan? I hope it's random. Excuse me. Should have got me some agua before I sit down. But yeah, I have not done Spark in 3 days, so I don't know if this has taken effect yet or if this is something that's coming out or what. So, oh, my Walmart checks every item already. Well, no, this is when you go to deliver it. When you get to the drop off, you will have to scan 3 items. And we have one Walmart that checks all the items. The other 2 Walmarts, if you get a cart check, they'll come check 3 items. But the one Walmart, it doesn't matter if it says good to go or you get selected for a cart check, and they will come check every item. The majority of them just count the items. They don't actually, they kind of skim over them, but as long as the item count comes out right, but they have been having a lot of theft over at that one Walmart, more so apparently than, well, I haven't been to the Greenbrier Walmart, which seems like it would be the higher theft because of its location. But I don't know. But yeah, this is for when you get to the site or the drop off. Oh, well, that's weird. I'm lucky enough to have enough single to send a picture. It makes it sound like you won't know the items until you get to their house. Yeah. 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 I have a feeling when you mark that you're there, yes, you're sure you're there. And when you mark it to the, whether you drop it at the porch or carport or whatever, I have a feeling it's going to be right and either right before that or right after that. Enough signal to send a picture. Oh, yeah, well, I get you. I totally understand. We had in Burke Burnett, over 3/4 of that town. A lot of times, you have to sit for a long time and watch the wheels go round and round. I have driven off to complete the order, and that's if you can get it to connect to show that you are and to verify you are at the correct location. It's and I thought it was U.S. Cellular, but apparently it's not just U.S. Cellular. It could be possibly be their app because there is a lot of times I can be here on my Wi-Fi. The download speed is pretty good. My upload speed is horrible, but the download speed is pretty good. So it should load that app just like that, but it doesn't. And the wheel, and I have to sit here and watch the wheel go round and round. I think they've got some overloaded servers. Generally, that is what's going to slow a certain website because even like US Cellular, you can go on their website and it's slow to load. You can go to any other website. I mean, your bank, other electric companies, all business pages, they load like that. US Cellular takes forever. It's because they probably overloaded their servers, and I'm wondering if Spark hasn't overloaded theirs. That's what it seems like anyway. The customer will see you digging through their bag, probably think, yeah, that's true. That is true. Also, like what Giggity's talking about, when you pull up in somebody's house, you're sitting up in front of their house or in their driveway, and you're stuck because you can't scan that code, that barcode yet on your sticker because the app won't load. That's I have had people come out. Can I help you? I'm like, I got your Walmart order, but I'm waiting for the app to load up. I had one ask me if I wanted to connect to their Wi-Fi. No, thank you. It loads, but it takes forever. But in part of Burke-Burnett, it will not load. You literally have to drive down the road. And hello, Lisa. How are you? I am doing peachy. Actually, I thought I was caught up on my reviews because I had two more to do. I got them done. I have to edit them, but I got the reviews done. But then when I got in a little bit ago, there was another product in the mailbox that I've got to review. But it's all right. I'll get it done tomorrow. I'll get the two that I did today. I'll get them edited tonight. And then tomorrow I'll do that one review, and I'm done until Monday because I'm going to a sale this weekend and hopefully get rid of some stuff. Because Grandpa needs some deposit money. I went by and got $400 out of the bank, and that sank my boat. Not to the bottom of the ocean, but real close to it. So hopefully I'll get some stuff sold this weekend and kind of build it back up. I got to have $800 deposit and $800 rent. But I get to split the deposit up, so that's all good. But I got some pretty decent, I've got cameras, and I had them for sale last month at the flea market. And I'm going to take them again this weekend if they sell, okay. But if they don't, I'm going to hook them up myself, and I'm just going to save them. One of them is hardwired, though. There's the only drawback, but there's an outlet plug on the outside, so I'll be able to do that. And then I've got a bird feeder over my mom's garage. She keeps trying to say, you need to take that and sell it, but it's put together and it's, it looks used, even though it's new. But the little perch that you have to put on there, it won't come back off. So I think I'm just going to take that over to my new casa next month, put it out in the tree, and use it for a security camera. Because you will get notifications with movement, and I'll just set it on not the sensitive one, but the middle one. And hopefully that'll be it. I probably won't put no bird seed in it, but it makes for a good security camera because who's going to suspect the birdhouse? I never thought about a camera being on a birdhouse, but that seems to be pretty popular. Them things get me at the price they are. Like, what is it? What are they pork chop? Like $179, $189? It just blows my mind. It's just crazy. Anyway, yeah, this Spark thing, scanning the 3 items. We'll see how that goes. I know the last big change they did about hello, mommy. Maybe it will sell. Oh, no, I'm going to keep the bird feeder. The bird feeder for sure I'm going to keep. Unless you give it to who you mentioned. If they want it, they're more than glad. I'm happy for them to take it. But I really don't want it. But if I try to take it and sell it, it's going to look used because we can't get the perch off of it. And I just as soon give it away or use it myself. So hopefully that'll work. But the other I've got 2 security cameras, and like I said, I'm going to take them and try to sell them. But if they don't sell, then I'll just save them and I'll put them on my house. So, had some security cameras, and those are big windows in that house, by the way. I think 80 inches, but I'm going to go by there and measure them, and so I can kind of start getting an idea of how big. Well, it doesn't look new. That's the whole thing. And somebody's going to want to give 15, 20 bucks for it, And I don't know. You need to print out paper to hang on your table to say these are brand. We looked into putting a banner on the table across top, Grandpa's Random Reviews, and try to get some subscribers. It's too late to order one now for this month, but found one place. It was, I think Emily found it. It was like $26 for a 2.5 by 6 foot, I want to say. But yeah, I put a sign on a tote last month, free. One person walked towards it and kind of looked. They didn't even look in it really. They just kind of glanced and then they went on. You can't even give some of this stuff away. Brand new items, they will only be open to do the product review. Amazon seller, I think more people will walk over to. You know what? If you put Amazon seller, maybe, I don't know. But some of the things I have taken out of the box, like we took the walkie-talkies out. There was 2 or 3 items that we took out of the box and set on top of the box. But it should be pretty obvious it's new stuff, but I don't know. I would like, last month I think it was 500, 600. Of course, then you got to subtract everything. So yeah, I would like to, if I could make 500, that would be okay. That would be all right. And we'll see. Weather should be good. Maybe people will be in the buying mood. Next month should be rocking. Everybody should be starting to say, oh, Christmas is here. We got to hurry up. And they're just going to be buying crap. I hope. But I may open up one of my bedrooms at the new house as a store, a retail store. Come on in. I'll get some shelves and put them around the walls. And put them around the walls. Anyway, I really wouldn't open it up like a retail store. But if I had some friends or family that wanted to come drift through and see if there's anything that they would be interested in, I might do that. But open it up to the public, nah. I'm not going to do that. I become they'll know me on that block. That guy's got a bunch of stuff for sale. Anyhow, and I thought about looking around at the flea market to see if anybody sold mini blinds, but I found on Amazon they have a blackout window. Oh, Why is that? I looked over, my phone was just typing away. I guess I clicked on the voice to or text to voice or something. That was weird. I don't even know how to do that, and it's doing it. But anyway, it's a blackout that you put on the inside of the window frame. It's only like $9. And I think whichever room that I use for the office or studio or whatever, I'll probably put it in there. I'll show y'all when I get over there. I think because it's an older house. It was built in 1930, and it's got the kitchen over here. Then like it's what do they call that? Open room or open floor plan. The kitchen and the dining room, and then the washroom's kind of all in one room. But the washroom is kind of in the closet with the door frame around it. No door, but it's like 8 foot wide. So I am highly considering putting like a rod across. I'd like to get a regular background rod where I could roll it up and down. But anyway, hang a background on that, like I've got in here in my dining room here, and I put my one desk that goes up and down, not this desk, but that desk, because that desk could double as a table. And I have two tall chairs. So technically that would look like a dining table, and I could make my reviews in there because I don't have a dining table. So that would work as a dining table. Good night, Wendy. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Good night, Miss Wanda. Don't fall out the car. Oh, that was right, it fell out the car. I don't. How did you hurt your? Well, you're going to bed. We'll talk about it another time. 9:28 already. Well, I was a little bit late, and it was. I got back in plenty of time. I think I was back by 8:30, but I was trying to make that little image for the Spark thing, and then I opened up three packages, two of which I had ordered stuff while it was on sale. I didn't know that I was going to be paying rent or a deposit right now, so I wasn't too worried about it. Wasn't that much money, but I hadn't planned on that. And then after I found out I was getting that, well, I need these items anyway: the SD card and then a cord for a card reader. But are you staying here? Okay. Um. Anyway, I got those two packages in. But the SD card was really kind of a necessity because if I'm out doing reviews, I'll run out of room on my SD card. I ran out of room. The wagon that I did and the baseball net I did both of those on one outing. And the wagon one, I wound up having to do it on my phone. I mean, I wasn't that far from the house, but it was starting to get late, so I didn't have time to come back up here to the apartment and then offload that card and then go back down there. So I just used my phone. So, but that's why I ordered a new card because if I would have been, had three products to review or even two, it wouldn't hold it because I tend to have a lot of extra video that I cut it all out. But anyhow, it was a necessity. But I've got to find. I always be so happy when I get to the new location because they have fiber optic internet over there. I don't care about the download speed really. It's the upload speed that I have to have. And this internet is somebody smoking. Isn't it funny when you're not a smoker, you can smell it. And I'm upstairs. I know it ain't the boy across the hall. He don't smoke. I would have smelled it if he did. I got a whiff of it. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's a ghost walking by smoking. Maybe it was my skeleton back there smoking. He's in a smoking pot. Yes, you can't tell that it's smoking though. Let's see. We'll figure this out. Oh, that almost zoomed in. Right, perfect. Can y'all see a little bit of the smoke? When the fan turns that direction, you can see it. He's taking a bath in a hot tub. Yeah, I don't like the smell of smoke. I went to Hobby Lobby. No, Michael's. Michael's a couple of days ago, and there was a lady in there. I was looking for styrofoam to put in the bottom of a pot to stick fake plants in. Anyway, I was following her over to where they were at because I was on the wrong side of the store. Oh, up here. One thing about it, that house that I'm moving into has hardwood floors, so this chair should slide a lot better. Anyway, I'm not criticizing her, but if you're going to smoke, especially if you're working retail, get that little body spray. Following her reminded me of those cartoons when you see the green cloud behind somebody when they're walking. That's what it reminds. She was like a mosquito sprayer, only with the smell of an ashtray. It stunk. I thought, Lord. And I'm not around anybody that smokes anymore. When you're around it, it's not so bad, not so noticeable. I mean, you can still smell it, but it's not as noticeable. But when you're not around it, it will get your attention. But that lady definitely needed to carry some body spray with her. Cover that up. So anyway, I was going to show y'all. I was wondering if Steve was going to get on here. I was talking about a roadie order that popped up the other day because Steve sends them to me on email sometimes. And I was going to showing this one. I'll show y'all. And this is what the roadie orders look like here now. The majority of them, not all of them, but the majority of them. Share. That's pathetic. 2537 for 49 miles. So that is 98 miles round trip for 25 bucks. The load wasn't that bad. 19-inch max dimension. Heaviest item, 19 pounds. Total weight, 19 pounds. I don't see how you can have one item. The heaviest item is 19 pounds. Total weight is 19 pounds, but it's 4 items. So apparently the other 4 items did not weigh anything. My guess is one item, the total heaviest item would have been 16 pounds. Then the total weight was 19. But I don't know. Nevertheless, there is no way I would even consider that. If that was 18 miles, 17 miles, maybe. But definitely not 49 miles. That's pathetic. Anyway, that is why I leave Spark on, but I generally don't ever see anything. When I do, it's like that. That's exactly why I'm not done a roadie delivery. Yeah, they're pathetic. That is a fact. And the sad thing is, somebody took it because it didn't stay up very long. If you lived in Seymour, or if you lived at the drop-off zone wherever it was at, and you were going that direction, I get it. I mean, I would take it. if I was going to Seymour, I would have took it. That paid for you guys to get there. But to do it as a gig, to drive there and then turn around and drive back, ain't no way. No sirree, Joe Bob. But that's what the majority of them look like, and that's why I don't do them. There was a proxy pic that popped up. I might have mentioned it already, but it was going to Henrietta, Texas, which is 20. I think it showed 21 miles from here, and it was paying $20. You figure that's 21 miles one way, and then 21 miles back. That's 42 miles for $20. That one stayed up for a little bit, and then somebody took it. But like I said, if you was going that direction, if you lived out that way, that would be fine. Texas nationalist Kamala Harris needs to learn how to use wipes instead of her hands and fingers to clean herself after taking it. All righty. How to use one. Yeah. Maybe that's why she was covering her mouth up on the live panel. What was it, yesterday? She was saying if her hands stunk. Anyhow, yeah. But I'm not going to get into politics. Everybody's got a right for their own choice, and we can't help it if some people don't have much sense. But everybody's got a reason for thinking the way they do, and that's the American. I'm being American. You got a choice. The only thing that, because occasionally somebody will post something on our rants and raves, and occasionally I'll say, just look for yourself. Just do the research yourself. Don't listen to the news media. Just do the research yourself. And it's a no-brainer. And I do get the fact that a lot of people don't like Trump. I get that. But considering your choices, there's not any. So anyway, that's as political as I'm getting. That is a pretty good one, though. Anyway, y'all, we are up to 790 subscribers. It jumped over from 789 to 790 at some point this afternoon. I don't know. On Grandpa's Random Reviews. Random reviews you can use. Hey, maybe that ought to be reviews you can use. I think I did have that on my banner at one time. I don't even know what I have on my banner now. Does anybody, when y'all watch YouTube, do y'all actually go to the channel's homepage and look at their banners and stuff? Maybe you do, but use Microsoft browser settings. Ask me later. Did I open up the wrong browser? No, I opened up the right browser. Grandpa's Random Reviews. Reviews you can use. Yeah, I thought that sounded familiar. No wonder it sounded familiar. It's on my... I don't even look at my own. I go to it long enough to hit on... Mary's Gigs is on a live stream. And Brash Dasher. Oh, I didn't know Mary did live streams on Thursday nights. She seems like a cool lady. I do look at their main channel page. Oh, do you? I don't. I mean, I'll get a notification. Now I might go to their channel if I'm some, and then I'll click on videos, but I just don't pay a whole lot of attention. I'm not a very observant person. I go look at what I need to go look at, and I move on. Improve your baseball skills. I look at thumbnails, though. I do that. Yep, we're sitting at 790. So we got 210 more to go. She's been doing lives at all times lately. Is she? Well, she's monetized though. I'm gonna say I don't know. Oh no, she's not. She got 366 subscribers. I guess she's trying to get her watch time. But she's got to get some subscribers. Watch time is not going to matter. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, Brash Dasher, Mr. Flex, and Mr. Black. If y'all are into, he does a lot of electronic stuff. Hey, right, he's got one up right now. GoPro Hero 13 unbiased look. Should you upgrade? I can answer that one if you've got like a 9 or an 11 or something. And the answer is no. They overheat just like the 11 does. She's at about 1,600 watch hours. Well, if you like their videos, if I like their videos, I'm watching sometimes. I'll go to their homepage to see what other kind of videos they have posted. I don't pay attention to what they choose for a banner. Yeah, that was me. That's why my banner. That's why it's just a plain banner with reviews you can use written on it. And I ain't got any great detail to make a fancy banner and stuff like that. And I know some people do, and that I get that's fine. But I'm at 2,300 watch hours now. That's good. I don't know. Well, I can't look. Well, yeah, I can. I don't have to stay logged in here. I don't. Let's see what Grandpa Random Reviews or that Ash and Grandpa. Let's see what my watch hours on this channel has dropped considerably. I don't know if they take away your monetization if you don't maintain those hours. I think you have to maintain them for every 365 days. You have to have 4,000 watch hours. Let's. It's 254.6 watch hours for the last 28 days. 5.4 less than usual. Let's go 365 days. 3.8 thousand. I'm liable to lose the monetization because that's below the watch time hours. I don't know. It's like $30 a month, so and I think you have to make 100 before you get paid. So 30 is 30. Nothing. I'm happy with that, but it's not going to make a huge difference if I do lose it. And if I start putting out more videos, it would probably go back up. I just don't really have the time. I'm investing too much time into the review channel. That one, I don't know. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, we'll switch accounts, jump over to random reviews. Click on that. Click on that. Manage videos. Analytics. 856.3 for the last 28 days. Click on 365. 8.2 thousand for the last 365 days. So I'm double what you got to have, but I'm not there on subscribers. I guess it all kind of, where am I? It all kind of balances out, I guess. So I don't know. I would just like to get there by the end of the year. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. If I do, fantastic. If I don't, no, I don't. You can't change that, and I'm not going to go out there and really push to get subscribers. I mean, to a certain extent. Hey, Dashing Grandpa's live. He probably boring people to death. What was, I don't even know what the last review that got released. Oh, it was the air blower. That is a good air blower, y'all. If you can buy whichever one you want, and this is, I'm not trying to promote it or not, nothing. But if you are going to buy an air blower, where is it? I know I said it over here. There it is. That sucker blows now, and that's got a big hole on it. I was thinking if you could put, some of the air compressors that you get that you put in the cars, they come with the attachments like air up, air, not an air mattress, but it's got the little cone. I'm wondering if you could put one on there because that would cut some air now. That is loud. That'll cool you off. But that sucker will blow now. That I have reviewed a couple of other ones, and in comparison, this is, well, they say this is the bomb. Maybe do a video on you doing reviews to put on Dashing Grandpa. I reviewed something recently. What was it? And I was going to put it over on Dashing Grandpa's videos. Where's my? Oh, I'm about caught up with myself. The 12th is as far as I got it scheduled up because it's 2 a day. It was a lunchbox. Hot meals while you're on the go. Electric heating lunchbox. That would be good for gig workers if you're doing DoorDash and stuff. If you get, especially come this winter, you get you a hot bowl of chili or soup if you like soup or stew or whatever. You put it in that, go on about your day. You can plug it into your cigarette lighter. And even if you took it out of the refrigerator, just plug it in quicker, like 30 minutes ahead of time. But you can plug it in and keep that chili or stew or whatever hot. And that's a pretty cool little tool there, especially for somebody on the go a lot. So that's a good one. And that's one I may put it over on Dashing Grandpa. I've put a couple of things on Dashing Grandpa, but it's been a while. The majority of the things are not really for gig workers, but like that wagon that I just did, that could go on there. Hello, Steve. Steve, I got something to show you. I was talking about it in your live the other day, but I mentioned it. Where is it? Present. Share screen. I don't think I closed it, did I? Oh, I did close it. Hold on. You doing all right, Steve? Hope you are doing well. Where's my... Oh. It would help if I get to the right folder. Blah, blah, blah. Is that it? No, that's the product list. Oh, there it is. And tell me you take this one. Is that a yay or an A, Mr. Steve? what you're going to say. There's no question about that. Yeah. But that is the kind of roadie orders, the majority of them that I see. That's what they are. This is one of the. A lot of them are not quite this bad, but almost as bad. And this is the worst one I've seen. 50, basically 100 miles. It's 98 miles by the time you drove there and drove back for 25, 37. Somebody took it too. And that'll be on the gig app channels or on the Facebook groups and stuff complaining about, I just can't make no money. My tires are wore out and I got to buy tires, but I ain't got no money because I've been taking crappy orders. You know, people put themselves in that situation by taking orders like this. There's no way that you can make any money doing that, and people will do it. And I don't understand it. And last year there was a couple of big YouTubers, and they would say, "Well, you just don't understand everybody's situation," which I agree with. However, if they wasn't taking crappy orders, they probably wouldn't be in the situation they're in that was requiring them to take those crappy orders. So they put themselves in that position, just like somebody had put something on the Spark Driver one, and they was complaining about not getting many orders, and they're having to take the lowball orders just to get orders. And they said that, yeah, they had to take them. And I commented back and I said, if your market is that bad, it may be time for you to seek other sources of income. And just, and face the facts. It's dried up. There's some markets that just are not worth doing. And anybody that is struggling and trying to fight to stay in there, why? Move on. You were moving when you found these gig apps. You can move on and find something else. And I'm not saying it so it'll open it up for other people. I'm saying they're just oversaturated. And if you can't make a living doing it, then why you want to beat a dead horse? I just don't get that one. I did a 10.5 hour live stream. Whoa. Curse today was all over, but banger day, 10.5 hours. Wow, that was a good day. Denver to Longmont to Cheyenne. Oh, Cheyenne. Firestone to Estes Park to Firestone to Denver. Wow. You were all over the place. That's cool. You're going back to stripping? I thought about it, but I'm afraid I would get some lawsuits, and then I'd really be in a pickle. I just want to be a professional bass fisherman with my big Skeeter bass boat, and it's sponsored and given to me. Fishing with bomber lures and whatnot, and them all given to me. That would be the life. No, honestly, I really enjoy what I do. I've only had one job in my life before that I really enjoyed doing, and it was working for the city of Wichita Falls and doing the barricades. Really enjoyed doing that because you pretty much worked on your own, but you had to take responsibility for people's safety out on the roads. And I really enjoyed that. The state hospital is okay, it could be stressful sometimes, but the city job and the job I'm doing now is probably my two favorite. And a lot of reason is because I kick back and do stuff like this right here. And you're still making money. Maybe not much, but you're still making some money. The strip told me that they'd pay me to keep my clothes on. Hey, we could join a carnival. Oh, did y'all Speaking of carnivals, I read a news article a few days ago. Was it Wisconsin? They signed it into a law that the circuses and carnivals and stuff can no longer, not unless I misunderstood it, can no longer have like elephants in the shows and like monkeys and stuff like that. Now zoos can, but the carnivals and circuses can no longer have those. That's ridiculous. And somebody was commented below in the comments on it, and they were saying that their brother-in-law or somebody worked for one of the circuses before it was Ringling Brothers. Before Ringling Brothers shut down, they said they treated them animals better than they treated the people. And they said they treated the people great. I've never been around any kind of circus like that, so I don't know. But I get it if there's mistreating animals, but if the animals are being taken care of, I believe they should monitor them, and just like a health department monitors a restaurant. You know, but can you imagine if you was in the circus business and them saying you can no longer have elephants, things like that? That's your primary thing. Oh, I want to be a tour guide at the Needles National Park in Utah. Take you way out and decide if you're a good person. If not, leave you out there. There you go. I don't know where is that anywhere around St. George. I know that's where my son lives, and it's beautiful. I've seen some of the pictures they've sent. Man, they go up in there in the mountains and take pictures and do little hikes, and he takes my grandson up there. I'm proud of him. He's the dad that I wanted to be. But beautiful up there, though. But helping humanity. There you go. And nature. If they're not a good person, you got to feed nature. It's between the arches of Zion, which is St. George. Oh, okay. I guess that's where they go. You know, Brian G. Johnson. I don't know if you watch him or not. I think he lives in Denver as well, but he goes up there to Zion National Park. He's got another channel now, but mainly he was doing like teaching how to do YouTube and stuff. But now he's got a photography channel. He kind of got over into doing. Well, he said he's always done nature photography, but now he makes enough money. He gets the big lenses, the big $6,000 and $10,000 lenses. But that's pretty cool. Good night, everybody. I have to go now. Good night, Pork Chop. I hope you have a wonderful night and a better tomorrow. I haven't heard from China Dolls tonight, so maybe they'll leave you alone. Appreciate you coming by. National Park is amazing. Yeah. I really, well, when we was talking about doing the Colorado thing, what was it going to be in February? I had mentioned it to my son, and he was wanting me to, when I left there, to come on over to St. George. But I guess, what is it, probably another 10 hours from Denver over to there? I think I looked it up one time, and it was like an 18-hour drive from here, 18 or 19 hours to St. George. Oh, you heading out, going to go fishing? The crappie, I've been seeing it on some of our local Facebook groups, and the crappie are hitting. So I guess the water temperature is starting to come down a little bit. So, of course, they may still be fishing at about 15 foot. I didn't even get to go. That's the drawback to doing this kind of work versus a regular W-2 job. A regular W-2 job, I had plenty of time to go fishing and camping and hiking and all kinds of stuff. But this consumes my time. When I start bringing in about $5,000 a month, which to some of y'all may not sound like much, to me that would be great. Because that would pay all the bills and then some. But when I get to that point, then I can start taking some more time. If I would. Anyway, have a good one, Giggity. I appreciate you coming by. I hope you catch some good ones tomorrow. Catch some slabs. I wish I had a crappie spot. If you got a boat, I got a couple of spots. Come on up. The lake has changed quite a bit since when me and my dad used to go, but from what I have seen, some of them posting on Facebook, I know where they're fishing. So apparently, some of those spots are still there because the lake had dried, not completely dried up, but it went way down, and that changed the landscape of the lake because now there's trees where it was just dirt, from the water being in the lake. Yeah. I looked at there's a boat outside of town going out towards Dean. Actually, it's past Dean, which is what is Dean? It's northeast of Wichita Falls. Anyway, it was like a deep V, but you could fish out of it. Buena Vista to St. George is about 7 hours. I looked that up. What was, because from here to Buena Vista was closer, I think. I think Buena Vista's south of Denver, isn't it? Or no, wait. Buena Vista was west of Denver, wasn't it? Because you had to go, I don't remember. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Just ignore me. My memory is not that good. I know it's in Colorado. Does that count? Speaking of that, it's like tomato and tomato. Some people say Colorado, and some people say Colorado. I always say Rado because El Dorado, and I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as you say it somewhat correct. I ought to get out of here myself and do some editing so I can go to bed. It's going to be a long weekend. I'm going to have to get up with the chickens. Oh, I do have another review, but I can't do that one. That one will have to wait till Tuesday or Monday. They're probably going to be saying, "Hey, when are you going to get this done, buddy?" But it's a big pop-up canopy thing, but it's a double one, not the single. Hello, Jack Ryan. We're all doing well in the neighborhood, as far as I know. But yeah, I'll have to, and that one I've got to have help on. But the house that I'm moving in, it's got a slab out in the yard, and I'm gonna keep this one, and I'm gonna leave it put up, kind of like a covered patio. Put my grill and stuff out. My grill has sat down here in this little courtyard over a year, and nobody has used it. And I told people to use it if they wanted to, as long as they cleaned it when they got through. I don't care. So I bet my grates are going to have to be sandblasted practically. I may have to bring them in and soak them in oil. I don't know. I tried to treat them, but if you don't use them, they're going to rust. Not all the way through, but anyhow, yeah, the canopy will be pretty nice. But we have wind sometimes, so I'd have to go out there and take the top off of it. But I think I can leave the frame on it. And you adjust the legs just like you do the smaller 10x10s. This is just two of them made together. Got to get that one done, but that'll be Monday anyway. It's a 2-person job, and I'm going to probably have to do it over at my mom's. Can't do it down here. People freak out over here if I start putting something like that up. What are you doing? I'm doing just fine, thank you. Why don't you do yourself fine and go on? People are moving out of these apartments over here, that's for sure. They shouldn't have went up on the rent. There's 2 empty apartments right over there, and my neighbor down here on the end is moving out. When will you be moving? No, well, I'll be moving. I'll get the keys November 1st. But since I told them I would give them a 30-day notice here, I've got to pay a prorated amount and stay here for 8 days, or pay rent for till the 8th. So I'll have 8 days to move. But I wished I didn't have to pay them nothing. That's $200. I think I calculated $199. It's $725 a month, and we're going to divide that by 30 times 8. Well, Wichita Falls, but I have noticed the what do you call it? The percentage rate, the mortgage rate is going down just a tad, which means people will start buying houses, which means there'll be more rent houses, which means people are not going to be able to rent them as easily. So they're going to have to come down on them. So, yeah, that little house that I'm getting is $800 a month, but that's cheap right now. You know, it's a 3-bedroom, but the bedrooms are little. It's not a big house at all, but it's bigger than this apartment. My rent at the apartment went from $625 to $725, but insurance went up. They said, yeah, rent here is $1,400 for a 2-bedroom in California. Now it's $1,200. Nobody has money. That I don't know. $1,400 doesn't sound bad, especially for California. I figured that'd be about $2,000 because a 2-bedroom apartment here is about $1,200, $900 to $1,200, depending on which part of town you're in. But a 2-bedroom house is about $1,100 to $1,500. And Wichita Falls pay scale is not good. You can go to Dallas or Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, and the pay scales are higher. But Wichita Falls, they're charging the same rent as in Dallas now, and the pay scale's not up to that standard there. Yeah, I would have thought $1,400 would be cheap for California. I don't know. I pay $600 in Kentucky, but I am in a small town, but I can save because everything is close by. Yeah. Hello, by the way. Cooler King 74. Where I'm moving is not in Wichita Falls, it's outside of Wichita Falls, but it's probably kind of like what you're talking about. It's a smaller town, but it's close. It's like 10 miles out of town. But really, unless you move like towards west, like 30 miles, the rent doesn't really change. The little towns right around Wichita Falls, close to Wichita Falls, the rent's high there too. But this apartment was $625, but they went up on it. And like I said, there's 2 empty apartments over there. One down there is empty, and this one's fixing to be empty. So no boy kind of messed up by going up. You know, he might not should have been trying to make all he could. Because kind of like what Jack Ryan there said, you know, if the rates are dropping, you know, rent's going to drop a little bit. It'll be interesting to see a year from now what rent's going to be, though. As soon as we get somebody else in the office, we'll see. There's no way I'd buy a house right now. I'm not in the market to buy a house. Maybe in about 2 years, I'll start looking. We have a bus service that's free in town. Oh, $5 to go to Lexington. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And Wichita Falls charges you for everything. I'm surprised they don't charge you to walk down the sidewalk if they can pad their pockets a little bit. I've lived here all my life, and the overall the people here are good people, but this is a shady town, and I'm not talking about trees. If somebody's cousin's got some property for sale, the city's going to try to buy it. I think it's going to drop, at least in my area. Jobs pay a little. I think I believe it. I believe that. I think it's going to drop a little bit. But, we will see. My house burnt. What has it been? 10, 11, maybe 12 years ago, and it was a 3-bedroom brick house. And I rented it was my old neighbor. He was in the military, but he owned the house next to me. And I was renting it for $800 a month. It was 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. It was a pretty neat, pretty nice house. And it was $800 a month. And I'm looking for rent to go back towards that. As long as they when you start seeing rent signs all over the place. There for a while, I don't know how it was where y'all live, but about 2 years ago, it was hard to find even any house for rent. Now you can pretty much drive in any neighborhood and there'll be 2 or 3, if not more, for rent. And that's a pretty good sign that the demand is not there. So they've got to come down. These people, like the house I'm renting, I can almost guarantee you that house has been paid off for years. So other than the maintenance and the taxes and probably the structure insurance, it's all 100% profit. Other than that, people can't afford to drive anymore. I don't have a regular license, but I do have a motorcycle license. Cheaper riding motorcycle, yeah. A little more dangerous, and I'm not going to harp on that. I love motorcycles, rode them all my life, but we all know, really, it's not the motorcycle that's dangerous, it's people around you. It's interesting you say that because cars cost a lot and insurance costs a lot. I notice more people riding the bus and biking. The thing, I don't know how it is where y'all live, but in Wichita Falls, everything is spread out. So you pretty much have to drive a couple of miles to get anywhere. I mean, we have a main street. It's not downtown. Our downtown died 40 years ago. And now they're trying to bring it back, but everything down there is way too expensive. Restaurants are charging you $20 for a baked potato, or I think it was $18, but everything's spread out. So riding a bicycle wouldn't really work. And I've got an electric scooter, so when I just have to just like ride, or I've done a couple of Proxy Picks. I don't know if y'all know if y'all do Proxy Picks, it's a gig app. But there was in the neighborhood across from here, I rode an electric scooter, but it was within a half a mile or so. But I can ride to the store down here, and where I'm moving, I'll ride it more because they built a new convenience store, and it'll be about 6 blocks. And then the grocery store is about 8 blocks. And I don't really buy groceries. I go up there and probably get something out of the deli. But in Wichita Falls itself, it's so spread out that riding a bicycle is just kind of hard to do. Granted, they're putting in like lanes for bicycles. We do have, I think it's probably the largest sanctioned bike ride in the United States. The Hotter Than Hell 100. That seems to be Wichita Falls' claim to fame nowadays. It wasn't many years ago, but it's a big bike ride now. Big deal. It's scary enough to drive a car around here. I'd be pooping if I had to ride a motorcycle around here. I think these drivers found their license in the cereal box. You can. I hate to say it about Wichita Falls, but I think I had read that Wichita Falls ranked number 4 in the worst drivers in Texas, and I believe it. And the sad thing is, a lot of the parents are teaching their kids to drive when they don't even know how to drive. And it's not they don't know the laws, you know, but if you are a experienced driver, you know that the laws are not always the right way to drive. I mean, as far as your speed and stopping at stop signs, red lights, things, yes. But as far as moving out of the way to make a right hand turn, move over to the shoulder, they want to hug the middle stripe and then turn to the right. And I've seen people start to go over to the right to go around them, and then they'll just turn out in front of them. It is the law that they're in their lane and they're turning to the right. They put their blinker on, but that don't make it right. You should scoot unless you're pulling a big trailer or something. But I've seen people. The live stream I did the other day, I had the tablet turned around facing it, and you could see exactly what they was pulling into Walmart, driving a little car, and you would have thought they was driving a semi truck. They just easing in there. Like, I got nothing against somebody driving slow, but move over. And if you're fixing a turn, move over. If you turn into the left, then get over by that center stripe. You don't have to hug the curb over on the right to turn to the left. And that's what a lot of people are doing. That's why I say the law is not always the best thing to say, hey, I was within the law. I was legal doing that. It doesn't make it right. But I grew up in a time where when you was fixing to go to the right and you pull over the shoulder, or when you was going down the highway on a 2-lane road and there was a shoulder, paved shoulder, and somebody's coming up behind you, you didn't make them get in the other lane to pass you. You scooted over, when it was safe. You scooted over and let them just buzz right on by. You didn't hold up traffic. Nowadays, people just don't pay any attention. Anyway, yeah, I got issues with drivers, as you can tell. Here in Kentucky, they changed the laws on licenses. You can now just have a motorcycle license only. They just started that 4 years ago. They did get rid of the moped license. So you don't have to have a regular driver's license as long as you have a motorcycle license. Here in Kentucky, they changed the laws on license. You can now just have a motorcycle license only. Oh, you're saying you don't have to have a. Oh, wow. I moved down to Gulfport, Mississippi for one summer back in, oh, good grief, 1985, somewhere around in there, 85, 86, might have been 84. I don't remember. Anyway, back in the early to mid 80s, down there, you didn't have to have a motorcycle license at all. It was like a 350 or smaller cc. You didn't have to have a motorcycle license. Which was, I don't agree with, but since I've been riding motorcycles since I was little or younger, not since I was little, but when I was younger, so I didn't have an issue with it. But that's kind of like Texas, and I don't know if it's national or if it's just Texas. You're not having to have a gun license anymore to carry. You got people going out there that's never held a gun in their hand, and they can carry a gun. That makes no sense. I agree. I used to drive a truck over the road, and drivers are not aware of their surroundings. Not saying I'm the best driving, but yeah. Oh, you've been a ex-truck driver. Don't take offense to it. My daddy was a truck driver all the time I was growing up, and I used to think they were the best drivers on the road. But I bet you will admit it too. About 80% of the truck drivers out there shouldn't be driving a Volkswagen bus. They are some of the worst drivers that I have seen. And we've got the highway between Amarillo and Dallas comes right through Wichita Falls, Dallas Fort Worth area. So we got a lot of trucks that come through Wichita Falls. They do not pay attention. They don't know that rear axles on that your ex truck driver. You know what I'm talking about? They're going to track in, and they'll come over into the other lane with them rear axles. They don't know how to put that front tractor wheel on that left hand line to keep your trailer in your lane. I've seen so many people get run off, not completely run off the road, but made them get over. It almost caused a lot of wrecks. As a matter of fact, when I was coming home earlier, I think there was a truck wreck just on the other side of the overhead that goes through Wichita Falls. There was a truck and a couple of cars parked on the side and 2 or 3 cops behind them. They might have broke down. I don't know. But anyway, truck drivers used to be the best drivers on the road, but you got too many Swift drivers out there now, and that goes through these little driving schools, and they think they know how to drive a truck. It just amazes me. You know, if they got that bigger trouble of driving a truck, slide that rear axle up. It don't track in as bad. So, I don't know. Anyway, uh, I think Mr. Magoo is better behind the wheel than a lot of drivers. Yeah, absolutely. And he's teaching the classes now, Mr. Magoo. He used to have both licenses, but it all changed, I think, because of the economy. You know, I never got a motorcycle license. I I had dirt bikes is what I mainly had, but my friends had street bikes, but I never got a license. I'd just take their street bikes and I'd ride them all over Wichita Falls. I never got in trouble or nothing. But if you don't act like a nut, odds are the cops are not going to jack with you. So I guess you had to have the endorsement. I, ne- I don't know if you have to. I don't know if you have to just have if if you don't have to have a regular auto uh, Class C license to have the M endorsement. I'm not sure here. I love boats. Love Florida. I want a good little fishing boat. When I lived in Florida, I used to drive a boat to work around Fort Myers. Oh, that's cool. I have family in the Philippines and went to LTO to help them to get their license. You had to get a drug test, fingerprinted, eye exam, written test, and a road test. Wow. Well, here you have to you have to do the eye exam. Well, yeah, you have to do the eye exam. That's what kind of jacks me up because I used to have a commercial with a CDO with hazmat and all that, and I was gonna keep it, but then DOT come in, and you start having to have both eyes, and obviously I don't. So I wound up dropping the hazmat, and then it come out. I couldn't even work for like Swans or something, driving a little bobtail truck because they did the DOT physical. So I just let my CDL expire. They said, "Well, it's harder to get." And I was, "Yeah, I know." Because back when I took my CDL, it was mainly just the driving. I mean, you had to do a little inspection, but now my understanding is you have to go back and check the donuts on the air brakes and glad hands, and you have to check all that and show the instructor and all that. It'd be a lot tougher now, but I'll never drive a truck. If I do, I'll drive it without a license. I can drive a 13 speed. I can't drive an 18 speed. But my dad, when I used to go with my dad when I was real young, I think they were 18 speeds. You had to reach through he'd reach through the steering wheel and shift the gears because it was 2 gear shifters you had to work. You didn't just have your uh, I don't the switch on the shifter splitter. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. Now I hear most of the semis are automatics. They got her made now. No wonder they can't drive. They're too busy watching TV. You don't have to shift gears. You don't have to do nothing. Just put it in drive and hammer it down. I learned the last few years to change things around due to the economy. I learned. Yeah. Switched on my internet Spectrum. Switched my internet from Spectrum to T-Mobile. I saved $150 a month. Wow, that would be a good saving. What is that I have? I think Spectrum is what I have. No, I don't even know what I have. I know, yeah, I do have Spectrum. They have been having outages a lot in the last month. They had outages earlier. Now they said they got it restored. We'll see. But I'm paying $119 for supposed to be a 1 gig connection, which is usually about $870. But my upload speed is like 39 to 40, and I don't. Man, it takes a while to upload videos. I don't like it. But where I'm moving, they have fiber, so I will be happy then. I left trucking in 2015, and they were switching to autos. Way easy, way easy to crack and easy to, yeah. I don't think they pay any attention anymore. 190. That's good. 190 to 65. Mine's 103, I think. And my cell phone bill is 97, but I am paying for a phone too. And as soon as it's paid off, I will be dropping US Cellular. Of course, T-Mobile bought them out. So I had read that about 6 months ago that US Cellular is being bought out by Verizon. Not all of the markets, but most of the markets were being bought out by Verizon and T-Mobile. I talked to the girl the other day because I was looking to get a SIM card for the tablet I did a review on. And she said T-Mobile bought this market from US Cellular, but she don't know when they're going to be upgrading the towers to T-Mobile specs. I don't know. We'll see. I had a friend that was a truck driver. He was always watching the internet and telly time. I use most of the time. I use a flip phone. Oh, wait. He was always watching the internet and the telly whilst driving. Back when I was riding in a truck, I guess there was internet. It's just nobody, unless you was government or banks and stuff like that. I don't know who had internet back then. That was back in the 70s and 80s. And I drove a little bit here. I drove, when I worked for the city, I'd fill in the transfer trucks when they go from the city, where the in town, the trash trucks go dump it, and then they load them up in the semis and take them out to the landfill. I would come over because I worked out at the landfill, so I'd come into town and fill in for people on vacation. I enjoyed it, but I would hate to have a route. Over the road wouldn't be so bad, but a route like doing San Antonio or Dallas or Houston or something, I just don't like the traffic. Put me out on the highway and I'm good. But too many people try to brake check you and nah. I mean, he gave up trucking after crashing the last truck. Try Boost, they updated their towers. Oh, really? We do have Boost here. There's one that actor. What is that one? There's an actor that bought this cell service, but I don't know that they're in Wichita Falls. Is it? It's not Cricket. Uh, I can't remember the name of it, but I thought about them, but they're not here. Used to, T-Mobile was not any good in Wichita Falls, but it's gotten better. I have some family in Toronto. You only have 2 phone services to choose from. Bell and Rogers. Bell is the leftover from the original Bell. Wow. Man, you would have thought as big as Toronto as you would have figured they would have had a lot more. Hmm. We have US Cellular, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and then like Boost. But I think Boost uses Verizon towers. I can't remember. And then like the Walmart one, uh, I forgot the name of them. There's a few, but a lot of them. Your big ones is Verizon, T-Mobile, US Cellular, and AT&T. The rest of them just lease the space on the towers. Hmm. But Canada does have a payphone store. Wow, they have to buy because it's rural. That was another thing. When I did move down to Gulfport, Mississippi, they had payphones, and I got kind of tickled because Wichita Falls is always behind, like the Dallas area, where if a movie come out in Dallas, it would be 6 months before it made it up here to Wichita Falls. And Wichita was just behind. But when I moved down to Gulfport, Mississippi, people were griping because payphones went to a quarter, and they had been a quarter as far back as I could remember. But apparently they had been a dime or 15 cents. And I remember that was the big thing and people was griping about the payphones going to a quarter. Now there's no payphones. I haven't seen a payphone in years anywhere. We have we have a little walk over by the college here. It goes around a little lake. There's phones there, but they're not payphones, and they're just emergency phones. That's about the closest to a payphone I have seen in a long time. You couldn't pay me to visit Canada. I have my parents, uh, sister, family. They've been up to Canada. They loved it, but I don't. I've never been there. I was going to go to Midland, Ontario one time, but life changed and went on. So the country is going bad and can't. Oh, keep voting the turd in office. I don't have a clue about Canada as far as politics and all that goes. I don't have a clue. I do um the health insurance, I know it's government paid, but I hear it's a big joke. Kind of like down here we have, well, it's probably scattered all over the United States, but you have the Indian insurance, and if you belong to the tribe, if you got a tribal number, you get free medical. But when you go to those Indian hospitals, you may be there all day just to get a checkup, just for a regular appointment. And that is crazy. Liberals and deeper. Yep. What's so bad in Canada? I don't know. Open borders in Canada now, worse than USA. Coming down here to Texas, you want to see some bad borders. Yeah. Texas, Arizona. Don't believe anything you see on the news, because if you want some truth, go watch some of these YouTubers that do documentaries from down there, because the news media has people clean up before they show up. So when they show up, it looks all nice and pretty. And that ain't the truth. We love the times we visited there, but it's been about 10 years. I never got up to Canada. Like I said, I was going to go to Midland at one time. I think the closest I ever got to Canada was Sydney, Montana. But that was over on, the other side, not towards Ontario. I don't know anything about it. After Purdue went after the truckers and on Ottawa, took everything from them during the COVID and crap. Ooh. Is that a? I'm clueless. I'm dumb on that, so I don't know who or what Trudeau. I don't have a clue who that is, or if that's a person. But I get what you're saying, though. Some people took advantage of the whole situation, that's for sure. Some new faces in here tonight. I appreciate y'all coming by. Oh, Prime Minister. Okay. Now I know. Don't quiz me on this tomorrow, though. It's going to crap everywhere in North America. Maybe other places too, but mainly North America. I'm counting Canada too. Took the handguns. Ooh, no. That's where I draw the line. I'm a gun toting son of a gun. I don't believe everybody should have them, but yeah, that's your right. Right to bear arms and right to defend your country, foreign and domestic. I am 100% on that domestic thing too. Anyway, we should be careful what we say there. Yeah, I don't know if they would have. Who knows? The only thing I will say about handguns, really, honestly, any gun, I grew up in a time where pretty much everybody had guns, everybody shot guns ever since they were little bitty, and we all knew what guns do. We all knew how to handle them. But nowadays, you got people that don't have a clue about how far a bullet will travel, and they can go down to the sporting goods store and buy a 45 and strap it on their hip and walk right down Main Street. And that is wrong. I disagree. I disagree with that one. I'm not. I got my gun license, but that was when you had to have them because I wanted to be able to carry. But now you don't have to have a gun license, and I don't agree with that. I think you still, especially to carry a pistol. My family is in the Philippines, and you can carry a firearm but can't carry a knife. That's crazy. That is wild. I think everybody should have, if if they have some kind of training, or at least pass a competency test that they know how to handle a firearm, then they ought to be able to carry, you know? And it's going to come to the point where people's going to get fed up with these little hoodlums too, and they're going to start playing Dirty Harry and taking law into their own hands. And it's going to happen too, because people are getting fed up. I hear too many people talking about it, and people get hurt over it. Tough cookies. They'll be the same people that are whining because they got beat up and raped and robbed and everything else by some scumbag that's done it numerous times. I'm not saying you should just, if somebody's going to just try to attack you or whatever, that you should just blow them away. I mean, legally you have the right, but I think it should be a last resort, but it should be an option. And these people need to learn this too. Then a little respect might come back. They might learn, a few of them's going to learn the hard way, sadly. I don't believe in popping everybody either. You, you gotta go what you think is right. But too many people know that they can get. I watch On Life Patrol. It comes on Friday and Saturday nights, and you see these cops pull out their guns and stop. I'm telling you to stop. Why do they even pull their guns out? They don't use them. A car is starting to speed away and they're sitting there and stop. Blow their tires out. And if you can't hit a tire at 25 yards with a gun, you don't even be carrying that gun. So, and especially if you're in law enforcement. But, what's the purpose? You need to teach some respect. And I think you can do it without killing somebody. But they need to find out that those days are going to come to an end. They have 2 lessons you can get easy. One for your home and one to carry. Best gunsmiths are in the Philippines. Yeah. I don't question in that one. I don't know. They even have gun stores everywhere there, but the difference is every place has a security guard and metal detectors. I don't even Walmart doesn't have handguns anymore. I think they still have rifles. I haven't even paid much attention. I don't look at Walmart guns, I think they still do have rifles though. But you can still buy pretty much any kind of gun you want here legally, other than your full autos. You got to have a license for that, which I get. I'd love to have one though, just to have it. But I like guns. Born and raised around them, been around them my entire life. Doesn't mean accidents can't happen, but they're less likely to happen. But I do believe people ought to have some kind of training to at least carry one. And they did. I don't know if they've done away with it or not. They did have one. You had to take a gun safety class if you was under a certain age before you could get your hunting license. I don't know if they still do that or not in Texas anyway. But it just gets me that people just don't know anything about them, and then they're carrying guns. When I went through the classes and get out there to the range, this young girl was shooting a little 25 or something, low caliber. She qualified, but I would hate to be anywhere in any direction on her front side if she started shooting. Because I don't know, she did pass, but I don't know how. People did. I don't know. The Filipino side of the family were in the Philippines Army half Catholic, another half Muslim. That's a heck of a combination there, buddy. But that's cool. No, I was fixing to say Nick Nimmin, but he's in Thailand. The pictures I've seen of the Philippines are beautiful, but all the jungles and stuff, I guess I don't know. I like nature, and I live in one of the ugliest parts of Texas. It's flat, mesquite trees, but you can go east of here and it's beautiful, or you can go way west of here and it gets pretty. But you gotta go way west. Once you get out past Amarillo over towards New Mexico, it starts getting prettier. Here you can go east and drive 50 miles and it starts getting prettier. But anyway, I am going to get out of here. Man, we're going on an hour and 40. I say I was about 5 minutes late. Hour and 40 minutes, and that's 40 minutes longer than usual. But I have enjoyed hanging out with y'all. But I do have a couple of reviews that I have to get edited so I can get them uploaded. Going to be a busy weekend. I got one more product to review. Hey, if I don't know if y'all have subscribed to this channel, or if you're into watching product reviews and things like that. And I also do a live over there on Wednesday evenings at 9:00 on Grandpa's Random Reviews. Just type it up there in the search box, or put the YouTube.com or YouTube.com/ the @ and Grandpa's Random Reviews. Y'all invite y'all to come over and watch some reviews and come hang out on Wednesday nights. And if you're into it, if you're not, that's cool. I'll be back here Thursday night. We'll hang out and chit chat and see what's going on with everybody. In the meantime, I hope y'all all have a great evening, and I do appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out. Anyhow, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something, because you're going to grow old if you don't. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.